This is Slasher here at the NASL Season 4 Finals, and I'm here, Lauren Elise, the host here at the Finals. We'll be doing cosplay, hosting, and now in a Brood War Marine medic suit, which has been great for the crowd out there. Lauren, how has been your time hosting so far this weekend?
I've really enjoyed it. It's a very intimate venue, so it's not huge, it's not crazy. So I really like that everyone sits down, it's very focused. I hear that the seating is very comfortable. I've been having a really good time hosting it. I come in and out, just little pieces, but I get to represent awesome cosplay costumes like this one.
You've been doing this for a few seasons now, hosting the NASL.
Yeah, this is my second one. I started in season 3 at the finals, working for NASL, and then this was my first actual season to go all through the 9 weeks, and I'm glad to be back here again.
Well, now that you've been through at least 2 events now and then 1 full season, what do you think about, hosting a gaming event, especially an eSports event, as opposed to kind of normally what you've been used to?
In the beginning, I was extremely intimidated, not by the people or the crowds, just by the actual content, because I was not super knowledgeable about StarCraft. So coming into it, I was a little kind of shaky. But now, being with the casters, watching professional players for 9 weeks, I feel like hosting these events are the highlights. It's the highlight of this season. All season long, I'm like, okay, who's going to be at our finals? Who's going to be at our finals? How are we going to do this? So I'm really, really enjoying it.
How do you like it compared to your normal work outside of gaming? This is very different, right? You've never done anything like this before.
No, I've never hosted anything like this before. My work before was all modeling. I did TV shows and just like little tiny events. None like this, none this big.
Do you like this better?
I do. And it's so weird to say that because I never thought that I would enjoy this better. My dad was a professional gamer in Quake, so I grew up with it, and I was kind of just like, oh God, Dad, come on, like, let's go to dinner, like, get off the computer. So now that I'm actually in it, it's so backwards because I'm like, oh, that's why he liked it so much. It's fun.
Well, I didn't know that. I don't know if you know, but I am a Quake player for the past 10 years. I used to be a pro Quake player. Who's your dad?
His name is Dale Compton.
Did he have an online name?
He had three. One was Traffic. I don't know the numbers behind that. Another one was Tango. And another one of his IDs was Peace Child. And that's the one that I use whenever I'm in gaming. So I don't know anything about Quake, so I probably don't have the kinds of answers that you want, but he was extremely involved. We hosted LAN parties near our house and everything, but this was way before eSports was huge.
No, look, I know all about that. Look, I'm old school, all right? It's surprising to me to hear this from you right now that your dad's an old Quake player. It shows how old Quake is.
Old school.
Really is, though.
Yeah, I don't even think if you searched him, you could find him, because I mean, it was literally 10 years ago. It was so long, and I wasn't involved in it at all. I was actually turned off by it. I was like, okay, Dad, this is really, really getting old. Come on. But he won money and was all into it.
Do you see yourself staying in esports, pro gaming?
I hope so. I always try to go up to my boss and like, hey, how's next season looking? Am I gonna come back? And he's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, God, please let me come back. And he's like, oh, okay. So you really want to come back and do this? I'm like, yeah. So I mean, I'm really into it. I really, really like it a lot. I hope to come back.
Who are your favorite StarCraft players?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be such. This is gonna sound so terrible, but I think Stefano is really, really good. You're probably so sick of hearing that, aren't you?
Well, no, because we all enjoyed your dancing at the end of the last year's finals, so it makes sense.
I don't really remember. I suffered a mild concussion.
Oh, that's right. You got kicked in the head on stage.
By Stefano.
Is your head all right from that? Everything's cool.
Yeah, everything's fine now. The big mountain of a bump that I had has settled.
What besides Stefano, anybody else? What about all the Korean players?
Oh, I think Hero is a doll. Hero is really got a lot of personality. I love his hair. I always tease him about using hairspray. And so I joke a lot with him backstage. Golden is very ticklish, so he won't let me hug him because the first time that I went to hug him, I did like the underarm thing, and he was like, ah! And I was like, okay, I won't do that again. But I really like Golden. Violet is awesome. I don't know how many people get to actually interact with him, but he's so nice. I hear that he lives with like 3 girls, so he's really got the whole girl communication thing down, and that definitely you can tell. I mean, all of them here really, even Hyun, he's a wild card.
Now that you've been around so many gamers, have you found that you've intimidated any of them at all? Your presence, have you found that it's weird at all, you being in gaming?
No. And I'm a little disappointed about that. Like, I feel like whenever I go up to a player, like, I'm intimidated because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting to meet you. Like, I've been watching you all 9 weeks. And they're like, thank you. And I'm just like, can you just pretend like you've heard of me just a little? No, they're all very good with the straight face, no intimidation, and if it is, I can't see it.
Well, I think that might change. We'll get to see you the next few events. So thank you, Lauren.
No problem.
And we'll see you hopefully at the next NASL season finals.
Cool. Thank you so much. It's nice meeting you guys.
Stay tuned to GameSpot.com/esports for coverage of the NASL season 4 finals.